morning class. Welcome back to grade 5 maths. How are you all doing today? So today let's start a new chapter, chapter 5, decimals. So before that, let's revise a few concepts that we learned in our earlier classes. So we have learned about place values, phase values and phase value chart. What is place value? The place value of any digit in any given number is the value of the digit in that number with respect to its position in the number. And what about phase value? Phase value of any digit is the digit itself. So the place value of a digit changes according to the place, but the phase value remains the same. Clear? Now, here is a place value chart. We can use a place value chart to compare and find the place values of the digits in a number. Here one number is represented in this place value chart. The number here is 567. The digit 7 is in ones place. The digit 6 is in tens place and the digit 5 is in hundreds place. So let's see the place value of each of these digits. So the place value of 5 is, here 5 is in hundreds place. So the face value is the digit itself. So the face value is 5 and the place value of 5 is 5 into 100 and that is equal to 500. Similarly, the place value of 6 here. 6 is in tens place. So the place value is 6 tens or 6 into 10 which is equal to 60. Now what about 7? 7 is in ones place. So the place value is 7 ones or 7 into 1 which is equal to 7. Clear? Now here is one more example. Here the same digit 4 is moved to different places in the place value chart. See the first case. Right now 4 is in ones place and now here the place value is 4 ones or 4. In this case 4 is moved to the next higher place. Now 4 is in tens place. So what is the place value now? Now the place value of 4 is 4 tens or 40. Okay. Now in this case 4 is again moved to the next higher place. So right now 4 is in hundreds place and the place value of 4 is 4 hundredths or that is equal to 400. See, 4, 40, 400. The place value increases as you move from right to the left and it increases 10 times every time you move it to the next higher place. See, you have the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands and it goes on. The value of this place, the ones place is 1 and the value of the tens place is 10 and the value of the hundreds place is 100 and thousands it is 1000 and it goes on. It increases 10 times every time you move from right to the left. See 1 into 10 is equal to 10. 10 into 10 is equal to 100 and 100 into 10 is equal to 1000 and it goes on like that. So the value of the place increases 10 times as we move from right to the left. So we have seen when you move from right to the left on the place value chart, the value of the place gets increased by 10 times or it gets multiplied by 10 every time you move to the next higher place. Clear? So similarly, when you move from left to the right, so if it was getting multiplied when you moved from right to left, when you move from left to right, it should get divided by 10, right? Or the place value gets decreased by 1 by 10 every time you move from a higher place to a lower place. See? So when you are in the thousands place, how the place value gets changed? It becomes 1 by 10th of the place, the 10,000s place. Yeah? It becomes 1 by 10th of 10,000 and in the hundreds place it becomes 1 by 10th of the value of the thousands place or it becomes 1 by 10th of 100 in the tens place and in the ones place it becomes 1 by 10th of the value in the tens place. Clear? Now See, what if we keep moving to the right from this left? After this ones place, how the place value gets changed? In ones place, the value is 1. And when you move towards the right, it gets divided by 10, right? Or it becomes 1 by 10th. So when you move from the ones place to the next place or towards the right, the value gets decreased by 1 by 10th. And this 1 by 10th is called the tenths. And again, if you keep moving to the right, the value gets again divided by 10 or decreased by 1 by 10th. And there you have the hundredths place. Yeah, and it goes on like that. So here is a place value chart from the example given in your textbook. We have told, see, when you move from the ones place towards the right further, the place value gets decreased by 1 by 10 every time you move to a lower place. See, here the places after or the digits after the ones place towards the right, the digits are separated by a point called decimal point. So in the place value chart, it is represented as the ones, tens, hundreds and so on to the left, and after that there is a decimal point, and after that you have the tens, hundreds, thousands and so on. In the tens place, the value of the place is 1 by 10th. In the hundreds place, the value is 1 by 100, and in thousands place it is 1 by thousands, and it goes on like that. It gets decreased by 1 by 10th every time you move towards the right. And here to the left of the decimal point, the value of the place gets increased by 10 times every time you move from the right to the left. So in the ones place, the value is 1, tens place, the value is 10, hundreds place, it's 100, and it increases 10 times every time you move towards the left. And this part, the part to the left of this decimal point, it is called the whole number part, and the digits after the decimal point, the digits to the right of this decimal point is called the decimal or fractional part. See, the digits to the right of the ones place are separated using this dot, and this dot is called the decimal point. Here is an example of a decimal number represented on this place value chart. Here you have the digit 5 in ones place, 4 in tens place and 3 in hundreds place. And you have the decimal point there, and after that in the tenth place or the 1 by 10th, the place which has the value 1 by 10th, you have the digit 2, and in the hundredths place you have the digit 1. Now how do you read this number? When you read a decimal number, all the digits after the decimal point or the digits to the right of the decimal point are always read separately. And see, let's see the place value of the digits in this example. So the place value of 3 in this number is called a decimal number, and the place value of 3 here is 3 hundredths or 300. The place value of 4 is 4 tenths or 40. The place value of 5 is equal to 5 ones or 5, and these are the place value of each digit in the whole number part. What about the place value of the digits in the decimal part? Let's see that. Here the digit 2 is in the tens place. There the value of the place is 1 by 10. So the place value should be 2 into 1 by 10. Clear? What is 2 into 1 by 10? It is 2 by 10. Now what is the place value of 1 in this example? The digit 1 is in the hundredths place. And what is the value of the hundredths place? The value of the hundredths place is 1 by 100. So the place value of 1 here, it is 1 into 1 by 100, and it is equal to 1 by 100. Now, like we said earlier, when you have a decimal number, you always read the digits after the decimal point separately. Here we have some examples of decimal numbers and how we read them. 25.12. See, the whole number part we usually read with the place values. After the decimal point, the digits are always read separately. So, you don't read 25.12, you only read 25.12. That is how you write the number name, 25.12. And in this example, here you have the whole number part and it is 138. There is this point and after the point you have 3 digits. You have to read each of the digits separately. So how do you read this? You read this number as 138.123. Clear? You read the digits after the decimal point separately. When you have 1 unit, when 1 is divided into 10 equal parts, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This 1 is divided into 10 equal parts. And what is the value of each part in it? If this 1 is divided by 10, it is divided by 10, each part should represent a value of 1 by 10. So, as a fraction, we write this as 1 by 10 and we write that in decimal form as well. To write this fraction 1 by 10 in decimal form, you have to write 1 and to the left of it, you put the decimal point. So, here there is 1 0. So, there is only 1 digit after the decimal point. See? So, where you put the decimal point, just one place towards the left of the digit here or the numerator here. So, if it is 1 by 10, you write the decimal form as 0.1 and the 0 here represents the whole number part and the point 1 here represents the decimal or the fractional part. This decimal form 0.1 means there is 0 whole and 1 by 10 as decimal part or you have the fraction 1 by 10 here. Now what about hundreds? Earlier we saw 1 was divided into 10 equal parts and that each part is called 1/10 or 1 by 10. Now what if we again divide this 1/10 into 10 equal parts? We are dividing 1 by 10 again by 10. What do we get? How do we do this? 1 by 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1 by 10 into 1 by 10. And what is 1 by 10 into 1 by 10? It is equal to 1 by 100. 1 by 10 into 1 by 10 is equal to 1 by 100. And we read this as 1/100ths. See, this is the one part which was divided into 10 equal parts. And this part here, it is 1 by 10. And this 1 by 10 was again divided into 10 equal parts. And how many total parts are there? Here 10 is divided into 10 again. So it is 10 into 10. Here there are 100 parts. And each part represents one part out of this 100 parts. Now it's clear? So here this one part is represented by 1 by 100 or 1/100ths. And how do you write the decimal form for this? You write this number 1 and where do you put the decimal point? Here there are 2 zeros. So after the decimal point there should be 2 places. So you move towards the left 1 and then you put 0 and there you put the decimal point. So it is, since we don't have a whole, we are only considering part of it, so we don't have a whole. So the whole number part remains 0 and it is read as 0.01. This means the whole number part, we have 0 whole and we have a decimal part which is equal to 1/100ths. We'll see thousands. Now we saw 1/10ths, 1/100ths, and what if we divide this 1/100ths again into 10 equal parts? It will become 1 by 100 divided by 10. 1 by 100th is again divided into 10 equal parts and that becomes 1 by 100 into 1 by 10. Right? How do we multiply a fraction with a whole number? We take the multiplicative inverse and multiply the fractions, right? So it is 1 into 1 by 100 into 10 and that is equal to 1 by 1000. 1 by 100 into 1 by 10. 1 into 1 is equal to 1. 100 into 10 is equal to 1000. So we have the fractional form 1 by 1000. And how do you write the decimal form? It is written as 0.001. See, there are 3 zeros here, so there should be 3 decimal places after the decimal point. So since we are considering only part and the whole is kept as 0, it is 0 point, and you put the 1, 3 places to the left you put the decimal point. So it is 1, 2, there is one more part, that is 3. So it is 0.001. Children, you have to go to the pages 78 to 80 in your textbook. You can go through all these topics, and as an activity, you have to move on to exercise 5.1. You have to complete the questions 1C to 1H. Question number 1A and B we have already discussed in class. You have to complete from 1C to 1H. Once you are done with that, please take a picture and do send us through Teams. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Until then, bye.